Today we're going to install a ramp on this Fender Jazz bass. The pickguard between the pickups causes a few problems for attaching a ramp, plus we got to cover those screws. The raw materials you're going to need are some molding. One piece is 3.5 inches wide by maybe 1/4 of an inch. Another one about 1/8 inch, or the thickness of the pickguard, since we're going to match up its height. Some tools, hacksaw, some scissors, some wood glue, some shelf paper, vinyl shelf paper, some more precise scissors, some double-sided tape, some wood clamps, and a Dremel with a sanding attachment. So the first thing to do is to create a level surface underneath the ramp. So the thin piece of wood, we're going to cut it to fit in between the pickups. And it's not quite thick enough, but with a layer of tape underneath, it should work fine. Mark where the screws go. Next, we'll use the Dremel and cut out for the ears that stick out of the pickup. And always wear eye protection.
Like you.
Yeah, like me. That's going to fit. And next we'll measure and cut so that the piece of wood can fit between the pickup and the pickguard. Next is use a little ruler and check to see if the surface is level. Here, a layer of tape should make up the difference. With the addition of the double-sided tape underneath, we should have a perfect fit. We'll go ahead and attach this temporarily so that we can measure and build the rest of the ramp. These screws that fit under the ramp have got to go. Next, check the thickness of the bigger piece of wood to see how high the ramp should sit up. This is almost perfect. It here needs more. Okay, so next we'll measure and cut the bigger piece of wood. It's not quite thick enough to work for the inner two strings. So what we'll do is we'll glue the smaller piece of wood to it to raise it up to get it the height that we want. After 10 minutes or so, it should be ready to cut. It's a good idea to mark the direction of the ramp, how it fits, so you always know which end you're working on. To fine-tune the size of the ramp, use some 100-grit sandpaper attached to a piece of wood. We'll be using this for the contouring the ramp as well.
Okay, yeah. That's perfect.
Now we're going to mark where to cut out for the pickup ears. Next, measure and mark where each screw and its corresponding slot in the ramp, so we'll get the right depth. Next, you want to mark the height of the pickup in relationship to the ramp. You won't be shaping it down this far, but it'll give you an idea of how close you want to get to the edge.
There's a lot more to remove than in the back.
Okay, here comes the hard part. Lots of elbow grease. Keep in mind the contour and which end of the ramp you're working on. Using a vacuum cleaner makes it look like you're getting more work done.
It's a clean working.
The way to test to see if the ramp is at the right angle and has the right contour is play the highest fret and then check the string against the ramp. It should be parallel to the ramp at the highest fret.
That's the best one.
This one needs some more work in the front. Be prepared to do these two steps a lot: sanding and measuring.